it's my dream to go pro, but under the right circumstances and after putting all the thought and getting advice from everybody that is close to me, I think it was right for me to come back. The University of Texas has done a lot for me and for all my teammates. They take care of us. We're pretty spoiled, and I think we owe it to the school and to former players to get things going back in the right direction.
Have you kept in touch with, say, Peyton and Weiss, who are in your position? Do you know what they're thinking at this point?
I've talked to them. I can't speak for them though. I have been in communication with them. Eric's up in Cape Cod. Mark's at home right now, but he's going to play in Cape Cod, and they're not opposed to coming back, but they also have dreams playing pro baseball also.
Whether it was you or your advisor, when you told the Astros that you had made your decision, what was their reaction?
I called them and talked to the scouting director, and I just said, I appreciate the offer, but I think it's best for me to go back to Texas. And he said he understood. He wishes me the best.
Was it a financial thing where just the money isn't?
No,
right,
it wasn't. The money was not enough to lose sleep over, and it wasn't. I took the money out of it and just tried to figure out what was best from a baseball career standpoint and a life standpoint, knowing the big picture. And I think coming back was ultimately the best thing for that.
Do you see any changes, anything different about the program after missing the tournament 2 years in a row?
I think there's a sense of urgency, which I wish we would have had it going back to last season, but that's in the past now. And I think we have some guys coming in as freshmen that they seem hungry. And I've talked to Coach Greedo, I've talked to Skip about them, and I'm ready for those guys to get on campus that are coming in as freshmen. I'm ready for the returners to come back and ready to get going.
Only one, I think, freshman has signed for the fall. Do you have any feel for that most of these guys are going to show?
I think
Clemens.
I think they're all going to show. Honestly, I've heard some question about Goings, but I'm pretty faithful he's going to come to school.
What do you think watching the World Series, especially a team like UCLA with uncanny similar numbers to some numbers y'all put up?
It's kind of it's reassuring that we are doing some things right around here. We've always been known for our pitching and defense and timely hitting, and we haven't had. Last year we didn't have the stuff go our way at the right time, but we weren't as bad as our record showed, and we know that. We know that we have the guys to get it done, and whenever you see a team like UCLA win it all, then you can stick to your game plan and just make it work.
What are you going to do this summer? You said work on your curve. Where do you go to do that?
I'm probably going to stay here, take some summer school, and Skip's arguably the best pitching coach in college baseball, maybe the best in baseball, and so I got him to work with right here in Austin, so I don't need to leave.
Talking with Augie and Skip, did you get a feel for if your role within the staff will be different next season?
We didn't touch on that too much, but I think with our starting rotation coming back, I feel pretty good that that'll stay the same. If it doesn't, then whatever happens is best for the team, and as long as the team's doing well, I'm happy with whatever. It'll be heated, but that's good. And I think it's a good problem to have whenever you have multiple guys that might be able to start for you. And we lost Corey, so we're going to have to fill that spot. And I think having 5 or 6 guys that are going to be competing for starting spots, one of those guys will be able to close.
So you think that's where it'll come from, one of the guys who doesn't start?
I think so, yeah.
Anybody that wants to close, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, I think I couldn't tell you. I know, this is just speaking from watching him, but Parker, a little bit his freshman year, he came in to close against OU, and he was pretty amped up. I think he would be really good at it. I think, all of us Skip teaches us here to attack, and I think everybody that's going to pitch can attack, and that's all you need to do as a closer.
Was there ever a time in your mind where you were leaning more towards going pro, or you never even?
Every other day. Seriously, since the draft happened, I was like, yep, I'm signing. And the next day I was like, nope, I'm coming back. It was the weirdest thing. I couldn't find any clarity in it for the longest time, and then I finally did.
Well, you say, how did you finally find the clarity? What was the biggest factor, say, you said, okay, I'm staying?
I didn't want to make the decision to leave based on fear of, it not happening again. Pro baseball is a dream of mine, but I wasn't going to leave Texas and the things here that are really good for me, even a degree. I'll graduate on time by coming back, and that's a huge accomplishment for me, and I didn't want to leave that behind for fear of it might not happen again.
So you can always play pro ball, but you can't recapture.
Yeah, you
this,
can't
is that
recapture
what
your senior year. You can come back and finish, but not with your classmates and your teammates and all that stuff.